sister, you shine, it's time to raise your crown. So, sister, get past your past, the time is now. So, sister, before you pour, be sure it's full. So, sister, you shine, so let your light come through. Peace, beautiful soul. It's Troy Loren of Mama Tree Doula. You are listening to Nurture Your Pregnancy Journey podcast, where we deep dive wellness in all 4 trimesters, okay? So I think today we're going to talk about how pregnancy isn't always a cause for celebration. We want to just hold space for the complex reactions to pregnancy. We are not always excited, even though we might be absolutely prepared. Whether you are single, married, it doesn't matter. You are in a space where you are about to mourn your former self. So let's get right into it. I know sometimes we feel ashamed about not feeling excited. So many of us want pregnancy so bad. We dream of it as a child. The princess dresses, the tea parties, playing house. I'm the mama, here's my baby. They push babies onto us from such an early age that when it's time to actually conceive and to have a baby, we have so many strange feelings. One of those feelings might be a desire to not have kids at all. It is a very real thing. We already talked about what it feels like to not be prepared, and it happens. We haven't quite spoken on what it feels like to desire to be pregnant and it not being possible, or a little bit more difficult than we thought. But today what we're going to talk about is how it feels to not be excited about the pregnancy in which you have. And like I said, you could be single and not be excited about your pregnancy. You can be married and be not excited about your pregnancy. There is no shame in how you feel. You deserve to feel all of your feelings, because some of those feelings are connected to our career, our future, our ideas of our now. It didn't fit into the plans, and that's kind of the name of the game. You show God your plans and he'll just laugh. This is a very interesting space for us. Let's take a moment to take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale out your mouth. One more. I hope in that final exhale, you release the idea of feeling shame about not being excited. That doesn't mean you're going to be a bad mom. It doesn't mean your pregnancy is going to suck. It doesn't mean your birth will be terrible. It doesn't mean any of that. It just means right now you was not with it. You were not for it. And yet it's happening. So wrapping your mind around the idea is a little tricky. It really is probably stemming from a lot of the societal norms and expectations of women to be parents and the time frame in which we should be parents. 3 kids at 23, married at 25, whatever it is for you, whatever that feels and looks like for you. It's crazy. No, we can have kids up until we are 45. And that when we start being able to have kids when we're 12, 13. So on one side of the spectrum, we are not at all prepared for it. And then on the other side, we are probably the most prepared we'll be, at least physically. I think on the other side is the physical time. We should be... This side, our body bounces back really quick. On the other side, there's a lot of care and intention and delicate behaviors that we have to start modifying to take care of our bodies. But either way, it's okay to not feel excited about it. It doesn't take away from what you will become as far as your parenting journey and as far as how you can nurture your pregnancy journey. Let's let go of the society of social media even. You see the mothers on social media are so happy to be a mother of 5. You got TLC, Kate plus 8. You have, all of the excited to be mom propaganda. That's not for you. That's okay. It's for somebody, but it's not for you. And you can just sit with that and accept it. Period. Their narrative is not my narrative, and I am okay with that. Some of us have to actually, not some of us, all of us, if we want to be in a space of healthy parenting, if we want our path to healing to be more clear, we have to get into a space where we accept that our new self is going to be a rebirth. We are going to lose our former self. We are going to lose who we were. We are no longer the same person. Our priorities will change. Our intentions will change, the expectations will change, our chemistry will change, our bodies will change, our mindsets will change. You have to accept that
is going to happen. It is inevitable. It is literally the process. The process of bearing life and bringing forth life is that of transformation to our physical bodies, our mental bodies. And if we are our best selves and want to be our best selves, our emotional beings and our spiritual beings should make the adjustment as well. So take the time to grieve that old you, that little skinny waist, that size 6 shoe, the part of you that was fast and witty, the part of you that was quick, the part of you that could just get up and do anything whenever, the part of you that could travel for weeks on end, the part of you that could sleep in the mornings and wake up at 3 p.m. and do whatever you want, the part of you that could eat whatever you wanted, whenever you wanted, because you ain't have to worry about anybody else. It was just you. You have to mourn that person. Mourn the person who could be in the studio until 2, 3 a.m. at night. Mourn the person who could collaborate with creatives from the East Coast and the West Coast and down south and up north and all of that at the drop of the dime. Mourn that person. Thank them. Maximize on that time now. If you are a woman preparing for pregnancy, maximize on that time, because that person, she does take a back seat. She takes a back seat. Now, she doesn't have to completely be gone. You are just a modified version of them, which is beautiful. Now I operate in the mornings. I wake up and I get my kids ready for school, and I know what I can do. I can get done before 3 o'clock. But then I make sure I have my kids in bed by 7:30 so that I still have my night. But I also love my sleep. So, the more you start to tap into yourself, the more you are aware of your things, what you got going on, what you want, how you feel, your lifestyle, your values, your morals. When you actually set those things up, you can make decisions that make sense for you and your family, that still honor the creative version of you, that honors the sister, that honors the daughter, that honors the community member. It honors the entrepreneur in you. It honors you fully. Get into a space where you can be honest with yourself and give yourself permission to parent the way you choose, to live how you choose, to find your joy how you choose, and to find yourself how you choose. Parenting and parenthood does not take that away from you if you don't let it. You can be honest with your people, let them know how you feel so that you guys can get to a space where you understand. You can be honest with yourself so that you can be honest with your people. Listen, your affirmation of the day is, I honor my truth without apology. Let's repeat that. I honor my truth without apology. Now we're going to have a discussion thread on this. It'll be called Tell the Truth Tuesday. On Tuesdays, we tell the truth. How did you really feel when you found out you were pregnant? How did you really feel when you found out you were having a boy? How did you really feel when you found out you were having a girl? How did you really feel when you actually started breastfeeding? How did you really feel? We want you to tell the truth on these Tuesdays. So come on in the womb room where you have a safe space to speak on your dreams, your thoughts, your inquiries, your desires. You want to know more. You get to build in this community of pregnant people, of people who want to be pregnant, of people who love pregnant people, of people who hold a womb, of people who are allies to the womb holders. The womb room is for us. If you are a creative, if you are a mompreneur, if you are loving a womb, holding a womb, you should be up in the womb room. I always leave you with a question that will prompt you to imagine how you and this story in nurturing your pregnancy journey can change the world for the better. You ready for that question? Here we go. Do you ever dream of building something where all feelings are welcome? Do you ever dream of building something where all the feels are welcome? What? That sounds like a safe space to me. Somewhere I want to be. That sounds like a community of love. That sounds like a community of acceptance. That sounds like a space of joy, a space void of judgment, a space where people thrive and they are so different, and yet they have some thread of similarities and connectivity. So think about that. Do you ever dream of building something where all feelings are welcome? Tell us in the womb room. My name is Troy Loren. I'm your favorite full spectrum wellness doula, y'all. And I'm your host of Nurture Your Pregnancy Journey podcast, where we deep dive wellness in all 4 trimesters. So I'll see you next episode. Peace, Queen. That's a wrap for today. Look at you, taking time out of your busy day to pour into your healing, your wholeness, and your creative freedom. That's not small work. That's sacred work. Now, if you feel seen or stirred by today's episode, be sure to follow the podcast and leave a review. When you share this space, you're helping more women reclaim their joy, their self-love, and their power to mother themselves before anyone else. And listen, if you're ready to go deeper, don't do it alone. Join the Womb Room, our private online community where we rest, rise, and remember we don't have to choose between softness and success. Inside, you'll get exclusive sound bowl sessions, yoga sessions, guided meditations, live Q&As, sacred sisterhood, and rituals for your womb, your work, and your walk. So don't keep it to yourself. Drop your thoughts, share this with the queen, and come find your people. I'll catch you next episode. And until then, remember, you're just finding your joy while you find yourself. And that, queen, is the birthright.